Hey everybody, it's Lynette, prepping on a budget. Getting ready to start, we've already started plowing up the garden spot down here. And when you don't have a tractor, you just have to make do with what you do have. So this is what we're going to be using. You can see it's cutting in pretty good, but it's awfully small. So I'll be going round and round and round a bit more. But when you are prepping on a budget, you have to use what you have, and that's what we have on hand. We did have all this on top of the little plow or whatever you call it, but there was way too much weight. But it was doing a really good job. But now we had to take some of the weight off of it because it kept tipping over. But it's still breaking the ground up somewhat anyway. Well, the whole idea is actually working out pretty well. Last year we had somebody plow this up for us. The garden will be all the way down there, and back around. It's a pretty good size. Then we have yet another spot. But one thing that we've learned trying to use this little thing, first of all, the base of it's just way too short. You know, it couldn't handle the other weight. Like I said a minute ago, we had these two boards up there, and then all those blocks. Had them strapped down, but then of course it just turned over. So I'm gonna just keep going round and round. That'll make it a little bit easier when we bring the tiller in here. At least it'll be busted up somewhat.
This is what you do. Set on a block and let your woman kiss the garden. A little FMV. Little information. Those little plows, the discs that you can get, they're too narrow. They make it awfully high center. You can see it rocking and rolling there. Need some little outriggers on it or something. Keep it from being so top heavy. But everything she breaks up right now will make it easier for me with the rototiller, which I'll do next.
I tell you what, this really seems to be working just fine. My husband left just a minute ago, and before he left, we were having a discussion about the size of the garden, and I know the garden was bigger than this last year, so while he's gone, I'm going to extend it out just a little bit. I'm sure he won't mind. Like I said, it looks to be working just fine. The ground is looking good. I figure the more I can do the easy way with this, then the less he has to do with the tiller. But yeah, I'm moving at a snail's pace. It would have been faster with a horse and plow, but don't have a horse. Somebody may decide to ask about the poles. The poles don't have anything to do with the garden. Years ago, my husband raised and professionally trained Labrador retrievers, primarily for duck hunting. And this was the area that we had the ducks. So the poles were for the fly net. That was the pond, but drained and gonna burn it out. And I've been thinking about making that into a shooting range. The only problem with the shooting range idea is that occasionally it does still hold water. I don't know if I can shoot underwater or not. I guess I could, but probably wouldn't be too accurate, would it? Okay, so 12 hours later. No, I'm kidding. I don't even know how long I was out here going around and around and around, but it did just fine. Ground looks good. It's busted up. Be a lot easier to handle now. So the plan worked out just great. I'm going to go help plant potatoes. So this smaller spot here is what's already been four-wheeled up. This is, well, my husband used the four-wheeler in the disc thing that I showed you a minute ago that we're using down in the other garden. This one, he's already come back and tilled. So we're going to try to get the potatoes in the ground today. All of this will be potatoes because I wanted to can a lot more. Sorry for the out of breathness. I just walked up from the other garden. I don't know about you, but it looks like food to me. Then the last project for today is going to be weeding this little area. This is another small garden spot. I know somebody's going to say, why do you guys have so many garden spots? I personally just like keeping things such as onions, cauliflower, broccoli, asparagus, and lettuce closer to the house. That way I don't have to, you go to make a salad, you have to, walk all the way down to the big garden and then walk all the way back up to the house. I'm not real lazy, but that's a long way down there. If you follow my videos and blog for any length of time, you know that I'm a big fan of planting stuff in flower pots. Now this lettuce is in a flower pot. This is also close to the house. Like I just said, I like keeping certain things closer to the house. This was actually planted last year. I ate lettuce from this flower pot all summer last summer. Didn't do anything to it. Did not, the winter came. It started sprouting back up. I threw some straw over it, and I've got lettuce that these were, like I said, planted last year. So it's just coming back to provide me more lettuce this year, and I haven't done anything to it at all. Because it looks like it's going to start raining here just any minute. My husband decided to go ahead and try to rake this down some. So if you watched my video about free prep things, this was another item we brought back from the trip to my parents' house where they had left all kinds of stuff laying around. And it's actually my great-grandfather's farming tool. I'd call it a rake. I don't know what the formal term is, but we're going to try to rake out some of these ruts real quick before it starts raining. That seems to be working good too. Alright, so that's it for this video. The potatoes are in the ground. This garden is a little bit ready to start planting stuff, and it sounds like it's time to get inside. Thanks for watching.